Pat O'Connor, county final coming up again, good place for any club to be.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I suppose like all the other, 11 or 12 clubs, you start off at the year, you set yourself targets. I suppose ultimately every club wants to get to a county final. It's only available for 2 clubs, so it's a great position to be in. We came through the group stages, didn't play particularly well. We just managed to do, I suppose, enough to get through the group stages. Played well in our last game in the group stage, all right, against St. Kieran's. And luckily enough, we got over the line yesterday. So yeah, absolutely good to be there again, good to be there.
Obviously had huge success under Harry Gleeson as management, and a changed in fresh management coming in. How, I suppose, it took a bit of time to bed in many ways, but I'm sure they're bringing something new to the table.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The one thing about Harry, we had fantastic success with Harry, but it wasn't really by design. But every 2 years we seem to have a different coaching team. So when John and Pat came in this year, and Michal joined us later on, the lads were used to kind of, the transition to new coaches. And that's really what it was, because they had been used to that. John and Pat in particular, they had brought their own style. They highlighted areas where they thought we could improve on. So obviously they had their homework done. We put a bit of emphasis on around the strength and condition, which we felt that we need to do, and in various different strategies as well. So yeah, while you're correct in saying there wasn't transition involved, it went very, very smoothly. And in fairness to the lads, the panel, they're like sponges. They're just open for ideas all the time,
Unfortunately, injury, I suppose, hit from early doors. It allowed others a chance to step up, and I think when we look through your team sheet now, there are a couple of new faces from recent seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. We've lost some serious players, but that being said, I suppose we took the attitude, look, we are where we are with it. It was an opportunity for other players to come through, and we've seen that with the likes, I suppose, of Josh Toomey, Keane Sparling. And we also had, I suppose, to be very honest about it, Jack Fitzgerald came back to us this year after being out totally last year from injury, and Mikey Lyons had very little action last year as well. So while we did lose players, and you couldn't, obviously the calibre of the likes of Hugh Burke, Owen Ryan, Owen Costello and Garrett Sparling, you can never, say that you wouldn't be a better team with him. But at the same time, it has given opportunities, and that's the way we've had to develop it. And as well, I would say about the panel, the players, in fairness to them, they've never looked back and said, look, we're decimated with injuries. We've just got on with it. That's what it is. All other clubs face injuries. You just get on with it and you make the most with the cards you're dealt with. And that's the way we've looked at it,
Newcastle West certainly won't be any strangers to you. Beat you in last year's final. I'm sure motivation and all that won't be wanting, as it wouldn't be in any county final scenario.
Yeah, absolutely, Jerome. First of all, you should need motivation in the county final. The rivalry between ourselves and Newcastle West, I suppose, is of a recent nature when you think about it. I think, in the last 5 years, we've won 3 county titles, they've won 2 county titles. We've beaten each other in a county final, and we've beaten each other in a county semi-final. So yeah, it's a keen rivalry. They're a fine team, they're a fine club. We respect them. I've no doubt, they'll be equally motivated to get on top of us. And I would imagine there'll be little between the teams,